Barry Allen returns to Central City, believing the timeline is finally restored. But strange time echoes begin appearing, showing alternate versions of people he knows. These echoes glitch in and out of reality, causing panic across the city. Barry realizes something is deeply broken within the Speed Force. He reaches out to Bruce Wayne for help, but even Batman is unsure what changed. Barry fears the consequences of his past timeline manipulations have finally caught up, and the world may be unraveling because of him. A mysterious speedster dressed in shifting red-black lightning appears in Central City. He moves faster than Barry has ever witnessed, almost invisible to normal perception. This speedster attacks Star Labs, but doesn't steal anything, only scans Barry's DNA. Caitlin notes the intruder's vibrational frequency doesn't match any human timeline. Barry realizes this being might not be from his Earth at all. Iris warns Barry to stay cautious, but he's determined to find answers. The city begins whispering about a phantom flash. Lightning storms erupt worldwide, each one linked to fluctuations in the Speed Force. Speedsters everywhere, including Wally, temporarily lose control of their powers. Barry experiences violent visions of a collapsing multiverse. He sees flashes of destroyed Earths and broken timelines. Jade Garrick warns Barry the Speed Force is under attack from within. The balance between time and reality is breaking. Barry fears the Phantom Speedster is responsible. Barry encounters a holographic message from a future version of himself. Future Barry, injured and fading, warns him of the chrono paradox. He explains that a being created from timeline fractures is coming to consume all realities. Only the current Barry can stop it by repairing the prime timeline. The message ends abruptly with future Barry screaming as he's erased. Barry realizes the stakes are far higher than he imagined. If he fails, all versions of Barry in every universe will be destroyed. Barry finally confronts the Phantom Speedster in an explosive chase across continents. During the battle, the Phantom removes his mask, revealing a distorted version of Barry. This Star Barry was created when Barry changed time during the events of Part 1 and 2. He is a temporal residue, a living mistake of the timeline. This Dark Flash believes he is the rightful Barry and wants to erase the real one. He blames Barry for his existence and endless suffering. The two Barrys clash with catastrophic force. Wally returns from Keystone City after sensing timeline chaos. He tries to reason with the dark version of Barry, but is brutally defeated. Dark Flash drains part of Wally's Speed Force energy to stabilize himself. This sends Wally into a coma, terrifying Team Flash. Barry feels personally responsible for hurting his protege. Iris confronts Barry, pushing him to stop running from his past mistakes. Barry vows to repair everything, no matter the cost. Bruce studies the multiversal fractures using Wayne Tech systems. He concludes Dark Flash is feeding on unstable timelines to grow stronger. If he absorbs too many fractured Earths, he will become unstoppable. Bruce warns that killing him isn't the answer, stabilizing the timeline is. Barry refuses, believing Dark Flash cannot be redeemed. This creates tension between Barry and Bruce. But Bruce has one final secret weapon, a rebuilt cosmic treadmill. Using the cosmic treadmill, Barry enters the remnants of the Flashpoint timeline. The world is now a broken wasteland, stuck between existence and deletion. Barry sees echoes of his mother, half-faded and aware she is not real. This emotionally devastates him, yet he pushes forward. Inside the ruins, Barry finds the original fracture where Dark Flash was born. He finally understands that his grief caused the crack in reality. The only way to fix it is to let go of the past. Dark Flash evolves into a monstrous form due to absorbing collapsing timelines. He declares himself the Paradox King, ruler of broken realities. His body flickers between multiple Barrys, creating an unsettling horror. He begins shredding the boundaries between universes, pulling worlds together. Gotham merges with Star City. Metropolis flickers in the sky. People begin splitting into alternate versions of themselves. The apocalypse has already begun. Portals open across Earth, releasing creatures from fractured timelines. Dinosaurs roam modern cities, Victorian soldiers appear in deserts, alien ruins float in oceans. The Justice League attempts to fight back, but becomes overwhelmed by the chaos. Barry realizes no amount of strength can stop the timeline collapse. Only he can fix the cause, not battle the symptoms. He races to confront Dark Flash as Earth tears apart. The final showdown becomes inevitable. Barry is pulled into the Speed Force, where ancient cosmic beings appear. They're the Speed Force Tribunal, guardians of time. They accuse Barry of destabilizing existence with his constant timeline changes. Barry admits his faults, but begs for a chance to correct them. The Tribunal agrees, but warns this will be his last attempt. They grant him a final surge of pure Speed Force energy. If he fails, they will erase him to save reality. Barry bursts back into reality, glowing with cosmic lightning. He challenges Dark Flash to one final race across collapsing universes. Their battle moves through multiple Earths, breaking sound and time barriers. They run across oceans turned to glass, skies filled with floating cities and shattered timelines. Dark Flash tries to absorb Barry's energy, but Barry outmaneuvers him. Their speed creates universal shockwaves, accelerating the collapse. Time itself becomes their battlefield. Iris uses Star Labs' tech to lock onto Barry's temporal signature. She broadcasts her voice across timelines, calling Barry back to himself. Her words anchor him during the chaos, preventing Dark Flash from consuming him. Iris reminds Barry who he truly is, a hero who saves others, not himself. Dark Flash becomes enraged, attacking Iris through a time echo. Barry unleashes a burst of rage, pushing his speed beyond its limits. But he must choose: stop Dark Flash or save Iris. Barry stops running and confronts Dark Flash emotionally. He admits responsibility for creating him, offering forgiveness instead of violence. This confuses the Dark Flash, who has never felt compassion. Barry reaches through the distortion, touching his fractured counterpart's hand. The contact begins stabilizing Dark Flash, giving him a moment of clarity. Dark Flash sees a glimpse of the real Barry's pain. For the first time, he hesitates. Realizing he cannot survive without destroying Barry, Dark Flash makes a choice. He decides to erase himself to restore balance. With a final burst of black lightning, he absorbs the unstable timelines back into himself. He smiles slightly, grateful for the brief peace he finally felt. He whispers, "Thank you, Barry," before detonating into pure energy. The shockwave restores the prime timeline. Continuity stabilizes, but Barry collapses. Barry drifts unconscious in a white void. The Speed Force Tribunal appears again, watching silently. They reveal he survived because his sacrifice was genuine. Barry is offered a chance to return to life at a cost. He must surrender all future opportunities to change time. Barry accepts willingly, choosing responsibility over desire. The tribunal sends him home. Barry awakens in a repaired Central City hospital. Iris is by his side, smiling with relief. Wally wakes up from his coma, fully healed. Bruce reports that timeline anomalies have disappeared worldwide. The world is stable, peaceful, and whole. Barry feels the emotional weight lift from his shoulders. He finally understands what it means to move forward. Barry returns to life as a forensic scientist. His job feels more real and meaningful after seeing worlds collapse. Iris begins planning their future, something they postponed for years. Wally takes on more field responsibilities as Kid Flash. Team Flash rebuilds Star Labs to prepare for future threats. Barry realizes being a hero doesn't always mean running fast. Sometimes it means standing still. Late one night, Barry receives a strange signal on his suit. It's a coded transmission from outside the multiverse. The sender's name shocks him: Bard Allen, Impulse. The message warns of a new threat approaching Earth from beyond time. The clip ends with Bart saying, "Grandpa, we need you." Barry feels a mix of fear and awe. The future is calling again. Barry stands on a rooftop as golden lightning swirls around him. He looks toward the sky, sensing another cosmic storm approaching. Bruce contacts him, saying he detected an anomaly matching Bart's signal. Iris encourages Barry, reminding him he will never face challenges alone. Barry suits up, his eyes filled with determination. "All right," he whispers, "let's save the future." Lightning strikes as he races off. The Flash will return,